Imagine a grocery store that never closes, never runs out of stock, never charges you a dime. It existed for 30,000 years. Then we bulldozed it, flooded it with poison, buried it under concrete. This wasn't some mythical garden. This was real. A single plant that fed people 12 months straight. Roots in winter, shoots in spring, flowers in summer, pollen in fall. Zero fertilizer needed, zero irrigation, zero human intervention. It just grew everywhere, and we erased it from existence. What I'm about to show you will make you question everything about modern agriculture. Because while scientists scramble to solve food scarcity, the answer is literally growing in the parking lot outside your window. And we've been taught to call it garbage. Smash that subscribe button right now. What comes next will blow your mind. 30,000 years back. China's Yangtze River. Archaeologists crack open ancient tools from the Stone Age. They expect nothing. They find everything. Microscopic starch grains embedded in grinding stones. But here's the twist. These aren't from any known crop. They're from a marsh plant. A wild one. Same discovery pops up in Italy. Same time frame. Same mysterious starch. Our ancestors weren't farming yet, weren't domesticating anything. But they were processing this one plant like their lives depended on it. Because they did. Meet the cattail. Nature's cheat code. While every other plant plays by the rules, giving you one harvest if you are lucky, the cattail rewrote the game. It gives you 4 separate foods from one root system. Spring hits. Young shoots punch through the mud. Strip the outer layers. What's inside tastes like crisp cucumber. Russians called it Cossack asparagus and traded it like currency. It cured scurvy when nothing else could. Summer rolls in. Green flower spikes emerge. Grab them before they open. Drop them in boiling water. You've got corn on the cob? Except it's not corn. And it grows in swamps. Peak summer arrives. The male flowers explode with pollen. Not the stuff that makes you sneeze. Pure protein flour. Shake one stalk over a bowl. You collect handfuls. Indigenous tribes mixed it into water and baked golden bread that glowed in firelight. Then winter crushes everything, except what's underground. The rhizomes sit there packed with 30 to 46% pure starch. 1 acre delivers over 6,000 pounds of flour. Wheat can't touch that. Corn doesn't come close. Rye isn't even in the conversation. And nobody planted anything. That's just the food part. It gets stranger. Entire civilizations built themselves around this plant. The Paiute had a clan that took their name from it. The Cahuilla identified their whole culture with it. These weren't primitive people making do. They were engineers who found the perfect material. They dried the roots and stored them for years. Ground them into porridge that sustained families through brutal winters. Wove the leaves into mats so waterproof they used them for roofs. Twisted the fibers into ropes stronger than anything you would buy today. Stuffed the seed fluff into baby diapers and winter boots. Even discovered that the jelly between leaves numbed pain and healed wounds faster than modern medicine. One plant. Complete survival kit. A single stand can produce 86,000 stems per acre. One root ball can colonize 3 acres without human help. This wasn't agriculture. This was a partnership. And it worked flawlessly for millennia. Then 1849 happened. Congress passed something called the Swampland Act. Sounds boring. It was genocidal. The federal government handed millions of acres of wetlands to states. Free real estate. One catch. Make the water disappear. The philosophy was insane. If water sits on land, that land is worthless. A science textbook from 1822 literally defined swamps as unprofitable nuisances requiring drainage. That was the official position. The ecosystem feeding millions of people was labeled a problem. The act expanded fast. Arkansas, Alabama, California, Florida, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Michigan, Missouri, Ohio, Wisconsin. 50 million acres marked for destruction. The government didn't just allow it. They published instruction manuals. Books titled Draining for Profit became bestsellers. Then 1902 brought the machines. The Buckeye steam traction ditcher could drain land faster than 100 men with shovels. It was efficient. It was ruthless. It was unstoppable. Ohio's Great Black Swamp evaporated. 20 million acres of Florida Everglades got carved into channels. California's Sacramento-San Joaquin Delta disappeared. Between the 50s and 70s, 12 million more acres vanished. Do the math. America had 221 million acres of wetlands. Now we have 103 million. We deleted more than half. Every cattail went with them. Replacement? Industrial corn. We swapped a system that fed itself forever for crops that demand billions in chemicals just to survive one season. Here's where it gets dark. Wetlands weren't destroyed just for farmland. They were destroyed because cattails broke capitalism. Think about it. You can't sell cattail seeds. They replant themselves. You can't patent them. They spread 3 acres from one root. You can't tax people for harvesting them. They just walk into a marsh and collect food. A food source that regenerates without permission is dangerous. Not to people, to profit. So the wetlands got drained. The cattails got exterminated. And anyone who remembered how to use them got called backwards. But plants don't care about politics. The 1980s brought new research. Scientists weren't looking for food. They wanted energy. They tested cattails for biomass. 22 tons per acre. The numbers were absurd. Then someone noticed something else. Something bigger. Cattails don't just grow in water. They clean it. Every leaf, every stem, every root absorbs nitrogen and phosphorus. The exact chemicals destroying our rivers. The fertilizer runoff from corn farms is creating dead zones in the ocean. Cattails suck it up like a sponge. Plant 250 acres. Harvest them annually. You remove 5 tons of phosphorus from the water system. Burn that harvest for energy. The ash left behind is pure fertilizer. The pollution becomes the solution. Perfect circle. Manitoba proved it works. Since 2012, they've been harvesting commercially. 15 to 20 tons per acre every year. Each ton captures over a ton of carbon dioxide. And because cattails are perennial, you just cut them and walk away. They grow back. No plowing. No seeds. No erosion. Corn demands you rip up the soil every spring. Poison the earth with chemicals. Watch it wash into rivers. Repeat forever. Cattails heal the water. Rebuild the soil. Trap carbon. Feed you year-round. And we still call them weeds. Right now, this instant, property owners are spraying toxins to eliminate this plant. Millions of dollars spent killing the most productive food source on the planet. While governments fund research into lab-grown meat and vertical farms, the answer grows wild in every ditch. This isn't a story about losing something precious. It's about refusing to see what's right in front of us. The knowledge never died. We just stopped listening. While corporations engineer drought-resistant GMOs and build carbon capture facilities, nature's been offering the same deal for 30 millennia. The plant that fed humanity every day of the year. The plant that survived our best efforts to destroy it. Still growing. Still producing. Still waiting. It never asked for anything. Just recognition. This information exists in every wetland. Every roadside puddle. Every forgotten marsh. The plant we dismissed as worthless might be the only thing standing between us and collapse. All we have to do is remember what our ancestors knew. Look past the machine. See what was always there. The grocery store that never closed. If this information hit different, subscribe and ring that bell. Every like pushes this knowledge to someone who needs it. Every share could change how someone sees the world. Drop a comment and tell me if you have ever seen cattails growing near you. Most of you have. You just didn't know what you were looking at. The next vault drops soon, and what we uncover will make this look tame.